Who would you invite to that slumber party?
Well, first I'm going to bring all my girls from JCPenney, but then of course some of my teammates, invite my sisters because they're also my best friends.
I love it.
Oh, and my girlfriend. Sorry.
They're very important. She can't be forgotten.
Sorry.
All right, Stef Dolson, welcome to Sports and Ish, where we talk about your life on the court and off. What a big week we have coming up. First of all, let's talk about 13th season in the W. Is that right?
It is, yeah. 13th season feels like a long time.
Yeah, 13 seasons. I know you've had highs and lows and everything in between. When you think back on 13 years in the W, what's one word that comes to mind?
Maybe surprising, even though I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but I think I've surprised myself and hopefully surprised some other people with how much I've been able to accomplish. And the fact that I've been in this league for 13 years, not a lot of people or players can say that. So I'm just really proud of myself.
True longevity right there. And you have seen the league in so many different stages, right? We have seen the league explode and improve in so many ways, right? Popularity and player quality of life. When you think collectively as players, what feels like the biggest win for you guys?
I think it's just being treated as professionals. I think for so long we've been asking for more money, for better travel, better safety for our bodies. And I think we finally are getting some giant steps for that. And I think being able to, with the new CBA, being able to get paid a little bit more, getting on the charter flights, it's just easier for our bodies. And we are able to just focus on basketball and feel like this is a real professional league that people have invested in and really care about. And it's been a huge step for us in the W, and we're all really proud of ourselves.
Yeah, you have played with and against so many incredible women. When you think of game improvement, is there like a teammate or a matchup that has improved your game that you think of?
Oh, that's a good question. I feel like Sylvia Fowles. I mean, she was kind of my welcome to the league moment as well. Like my first game where I had to guard Sylvia Fowles was maybe the hardest game of my rookie season. But playing against someone like her, or I would even say BG, playing against those two post players for me was probably my favorite matchup in my whole career. And it just made me better as a player. They were some of the toughest guards and toughest people to go against. So it just made me better.
I love it. Well, we are headed to one of the biggest weekends of the year. We are headed into All-Star Weekend in Chicago. I will be there. I know that you are doing something very cool with the Boys and Girls Club of Chicago, the Inside Lane campaign. So tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I think All-Star is going to be amazing in Chicago. Being able to partner with JCPenney in general has been just an incredible opportunity for me, being that it was somewhere I used to shop at with my parents as a kid, and now to be able to partner with them and give back to these boys and girls is exciting for me. And I know the surprise that we have for them is going to just light them up. And, it's an opportunity for them to have fun at basketball, but connect it to fashion and their personalities. And I think that's important for everyone.
Yeah. Pro athletes have a lot going on, right? Excelling at their own sport. They have families, they have relationships. Why is it important that you guys step back, and give back to other people like you're doing at All Star?
Yeah, I think it's so important. I mean, for us, we have a platform and we want to use it in the right way. And for us, well, for everyone, it's different for everyone. But for me, especially, I love kids. And I think giving back to them, like we're role models, they look up to us. And hopefully we give them that opportunity to see themselves in us and something that they can accomplish. Because me, as a little girl, I never thought I'd be here this late. So to be able to be a role model for these young girls and boys is incredible for me, and I know incredible for, all the W players.
Yeah. Well, aside from this, what else are you looking forward to in Chicago at All Star?
Wow, I don't know. I think just being at the game, being able to shop with these girls and boys, I think being able to see their personalities and have fun with it and show them a little bit more of my personality, hopefully connecting them with some of the clothes that I'll be wearing from JCPenney of like why I picked it. For me, I'm going a little bit more like fun and funky because I think sometimes you have to appeal to the younger crowd, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
my styles this weekend are going to be a little bit more fun, colorful, and I hope to see kind of that personality from these girls and boys as well. And I think it's just going to be really fun.
So fun. Do you have a style icon that you look towards when you're picking out your outfits?
No, I wouldn't say one. I would say my favorite, which I'm sure is the whole world's right now, would be Zendaya. I mean, everything she wears is incredible. But I definitely like to pick little things from everyone, you know, whether it's trendy, funky, simple. Like I like to pull from a lot of different styles and kind of create my own style from that.
Love it. Well, I know outside of clothing, you're also quite the makeup artist. You are so talented that way. And that's not my expertise. So I'd love some tips. What are like some of your makeup live and die tips that you do?
Well, thank you. First of all, I pride myself on my makeup. I've perfected it being overseas for so many years where I'm like alone and bored, so I'd kind of just do my makeup and then would take it right off. I don't know. I think my tips would just be skin prep. I've really learned, especially in my older age, just to prep your skin as much as you can before you put the makeup on. It makes everything look so much better,
Mm,
and practice makes perfect. The more you practice your makeup, the better it will look.
I love that. All right. We talk a lot about girlhood here at Together and Sportsish. And I'd love to know if you were planning the ultimate girlhood slumber party, who you would pull, who you would invite. I don't know if they're in the league, if it's someone famous. I mean, no rules. Who would you invite to that slumber party?
Wow, what a fun question also. Well, first I'm gonna bring all my girls from JCPenney. We got Audie, we
Yes.
got Jackie, like I'm pulling all my girls, first of all. But then of course some of my teammates, maybe I played with Marine, she's one of my good friends. Natisha would be a great time at a slumber party. I would, you know, invite a bunch of people. I'd invite my sisters because they're also my best friends.
I love it.
Oh,
You
and my
mentioned
girlfriend. Sorry.
they're very important. She
Yep,
can't be
sorry.
forgotten.
Sorry.
We talked a lot about longevity that you didn't think you would be playing at this age, and here you are 13 years in the league. How do you keep yourself healthy? I mean, I'm up there with you in terms of age, and I'm hurting every day. I'm waking up, I'm like, oh, my back, what's going on? So
Yeah.
how do you stay healthy, keep yourself healthy to play at this point in your career?
Yeah, I think that's the most important thing to for longevity is taking care of our bodies. I try to, you know, fuel myself with the with the best foods. You know, I try to recover as much, whether it's just hydration, massage therapy, ice baths. You know, there's so many options that, especially here in Seattle, that they have for us accessible. So it's just really important for all of us to take care of our bodies. We try to teach the young ones, obviously, but I know I was once young too. You know,
Yeah,
you kind of run out there, play, and just go home and can
right.
eat McDonald's and not even think twice about it. So it's just about, you know, I try to teach the young what they should be doing to also be able to stay in the league for this long.
I love it. All right, last question. What's making you laugh these days?
What's making me laugh these days? My teammates. You know, I think joy is so important in life and smiling and laughing. And for me, you know, everyone has their ups and downs, good days, bad days. But, you know, you just have to find the happiness in the little things in life. And my teammates are super important to me. And it's always fun to find new teammates here and there. And so being able to even partner with some of these players with JCPenney, I've gotten to learn some new personalities and new people. And it's just always important to kind of connect with new people.
Love it. Perfect. Thank you so much for joining us. And we loved getting to know you a little bit more ahead of All Star Weekend.
Thank you. Thanks. Thanks for having me.
Of course.